Welcome guys to my channel. This is my first time showing my face.
Okay.
Which is weird because I have camera phobia.
What?
Anyways, today I'm gonna be reacting. Yes, this is not gonna be a GTA mission video. It's going to be me reacting to the top 10 new upcoming games October 2025. So I'm gonna be reacting to it. The video is gonna be somewhere in here. I'm not quite sure. I am really sorry about the background. I'm in my bedroom and I'm sitting on my bed. Okay, I'm gonna fix that. All right. Until then, enjoy my vlog.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
My background. All right, let's go.
Number 10,
Okay, number
just
10.
in time for spooky season, it's Little Nightmares 3. Little Nightmares 3 looks like it's continuing.
Looks like it's gonna be out for PS5, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Also for PS4 and Xbox One.
What Little Nightmares 1 and 2 set up, which was just great, solid, fairly simple horror adventures with a lot of quirk, charm, and unsettling
interesting.
atmosphere and monster
Very interesting.
designs. It's a different studio this time around.
It looks like it's a horror game.
Gone on to do different things, but here with Little Nightmares
I'm not gonna
3,
be pausing
it's
a lot.
still a studio that understands horror. Of course, the developers behind things like Until Dawn are working on this. And
Oh yeah, this is
finally,
horror.
it's actually
I
completely
don't play
I think
horror
that's really
games.
interesting.
I don't like to stress out
around
much.
two characters, but didn't actually take advantage of this. So now playing with another person, going through these creepy environments, I think
Yeah, this
could
is
just be a
very
really cool
creepy.
experience. Like I said, different
But
studio this time around.
it's
so I have
different.
a little skepticism there, but
It's
again,
very
at
different.
least it's people who understand.
Obviously,
horror.
this is
Still,
the ad,
I'm looking forward to
but
this when it releases
I don't know
October
how the
10th,
game
2025.
is going
Also,
to
just real
look
quick,
like.
if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. If you already have, we love you. And if you just subscribe,
Yeah,
now,
subscribe.
we love you too. Anyway, next at number 9, Jurassic World
Number 9?
Evolution 3. They continue
Wow,
to pump
okay.
out these games and
Jurassic
they're consistently
World.
solid. If you like park builder style
For
games,
PC,
if you like
PS5,
Jurassic Park, look
yeah,
no further.
only-
You're building
only
your own
those two.
Jurassic World park here from the ground up. Not your grandpa's regular old
Interesting.
Jurassic Park, but a bigger, crazier, more over-the-top park. But you're doing it from the ground up.
By the way, if
For
any of
literally
you want me to
synthesizing,
play
breeding,
any
and
of these games,
nurturing
comment down.
prehistoric species, new creatures,
Yeah.
new biomes, and of course, you know bad stuff is going to happen. Because of course, say it with me, folks, life finds a way.
Wow.
Look, there are going to be 75 prehistoric creatures to manage. Like I said,
Oh, this
from
is
the ground up.
interesting.
You're breeding them, you're growing them, you're tailoring to their social needs, their biome needs, all that stuff. It's got a bigger campaign and just lots of
T-Waves.
stuff going on. And I'm hoping at this point, by the third entry in the series, they've really perfected this formula, and now all they can do is just add more weird, interesting stuff on top of it. So, with
This
that,
looks beautiful.
Jurassic World Evolution 3 is releasing October 21st.
October
Next over, number
21st.
8, one of my most
Watch out.
anticipated games
Number
of the
8.
year. It's Kingmakers. If you don't know what
Kingmakers.
Kingmakers is, basically
Only for
what if
PC.
you were dropped into a big, grand scale medieval battle, but you were a guy with a car and a gun. It's a really,
What?
really good, simple, brilliant concept.
What?
And when this game initially was revealed by
So
a
I have a
developer,
gun,
went completely
and they
viral,
got
and since then,
scores.
it seems like they've really expanded the
Which is
concept.
not
It looks like
fair.
there's a little bit more strategy to this, but ultimately it looks like it does have some good fun.
But it's
action in it.
interesting.
All different types of modern weapons and vehicles.
I'm sorry to pause it here, but I've always thought about having a machine gun and going back to like Game of Thrones. You know, they got dragons, but I have machine guns. Interesting.
But also dealing with
But this is
hordes
not
of
fair.
medieval enemies.
They got like
Heavy
tank
swords, all
against
types of stuff.
swords and
So it seems like
shields.
it's got the best of both worlds. A bunch of stuff for dumb action guys like me, and a bunch of medieval stuff for history
But it
nerds
looks like
like
it's fun to play.
Unfortunately, this isn't quite a
Definitely
full release
fun
yet,
to play.
but I think it's still a significant one. It's releasing in early access, just on PC right now, and it's October
Just on
8th.
PC, like I said.
Next to number 7,
October
Ninja
8th.
Gaiden
Number
4.
7,
It looks like they're back in full form here.
Ninja Gaiden
Early
4.
impressions
PC,
have been pretty
PS5.
positive with this one, and not only
Yeah,
is it Ryu,
those
but also a new character with a completely
What's
new
the
moveset and a really new
XSXIS?
fantastic
I don't know
world.
what that is.
Thankfully, even with so many departures here, just looking at the gameplay, it looks fast, challenging, chaotic, but controlled and precise, like a 3D Ninja Gaiden
Looks
game
cool.
should be. Gonna be honest, where we were at, I didn't know if we'd ever actually see a full-on new 3D Ninja Gaiden game like this. I can't believe there's a 4th entry, not a reboot, not a remake.
This looks like
a
an
continuation.
MMO.
I think that's pretty cool, and I respect
MMO
them
game.
for that. Good people working on this, people that understand combat. Of course, Platinum
The
Games and
visuals.
Team Ninja. It seems like a match made in heaven.
The
and it seems like
visuals.
Xbox just had a really good idea bringing them together. I hope they nail it. We'll know for sure when we get our hands on it and review it when it releases October 21st.
Yeah. October
Next over, number
21st.
6, Terminator 2D
Number 6.
No Fate. This is not
Terminator.
that's on my most
Oh,
anticipated
this is
list for the
2D.
year. It's a good
Interesting.
month for me.
For PC,
Terminator 2D
PS5,
No Fate
PS4,
essentially is
Xbox
just
One,
a
and
kinda
Switch.
old school retro style adventure side scroll.
This is retro.
That aims
Ooh,
to
I would play
replicate
this.
the classic adventure of Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
I'll definitely
To
play
me,
this.
This just looks like a Terminator game I wish I had as a kid growing up. It looks like it's just complete
This is
Terminator
interesting.
wish fulfillment. All the big action scenes are here. You're playing as all the characters from the movie. Sarah Connor, the Terminator
I've never played a
himself,
game like this.
John Connor
My
in
first game
sequences.
was,
It looks like this game
I
also
think it
seems like
was
it's jumping
San
around
Andreas,
between, different types of
GTA
gameplay
or-
varieties. So it's not just a straight
I think it's
2D side
yeah,
scroller
it's
the whole
GTA.
time. Also the visuals, the music, just everything here like it really feels
this is
like
interesting.
they got it in the bag. I know these types of retro games like aren't for everyone. I think modern audiences aren't really too
It is
into
for
them,
me.
but I think this could just be an incredible representation of one of the best movies ever made. If anything, if it's
Yeah.
a fun love letter to that, I am on board. It's releasing October 31st, 2025.
October 31st.
Next at number 5, we have The Outer
We're gonna
Worlds
play that
2. This is
this time.
Obsidian's next big
5.
first-person
The Outer World
RPG.
2.
Clearly,
PC,
once again, taking all the
PS5.
things they've learned from the classic RPGs they've worked
And the
on,
other
like Knights
thing,
of
I
the
don't
Old
know.
Republic
I don't know what
2
that is.
And Fallout New Vegas, and they're making their own thing with it. Essentially, these games are kind of like Bethesda RPGs, but without the Bethesda-ness, and The Outer Worlds 1 was solid.
Okay.
It wasn't as big as I think some people were expecting.
I have never
It's definitely
played it.
quirky. It's definitely unique.
This
I
is
think
part
the second
2.
game looks like it's going much harder, a bigger world, more interesting factions, more characters, and a lot more combat.
It looks like a
opportunities.
sci-fi-
You notice in the
sci-fi
marketing of this
game.
game, they show a lot more combat than they did in the first game because I think that was one of the weakest aspects of The Outer Worlds 1. Either way, I'm glad they're giving this franchise another shot.
Looks
I still
interesting.
think it has a lot of potential, and we'll see whether or not that is the case when this releases October 29th.
We're gonna try this one too.
Next at number 4, we have Arc
Number 4.
Raiders. Arc Raiders
Arc
has been in
Raiders.
development for quite some time.
PC and
They went back to
PS5.
the drawing board with some certain things, but I think what we might have here is a really interesting extraction shooter. One that I think breaks
Oh,
beyond,
this looks
the
nice.
hardcore PC gaming crowd, and I think some people might be drawn to this. A PvPvE
Yeah, I am
extraction
drawn.
shooter is something that we've seen
100%.
before, but I think Arc Raiders has a really distinct identity. First of all, it's third person. Also, the types of monsters or robot creatures you're fighting, the art style, the vibe, the atmosphere, the look of the characters, all of it just feels different. It feels like it can stand out on its own. It doesn't feel like yet another
Looks like a
generic
game I know.
shooter thing. And I think because of that,
Genesis?
it's a good
I don't know
opportunity
if you
for the
played it.
extraction shooter to really shine. People in
It
the
looks
community
like-
who have gotten their
yeah,
hands on
Genesis.
alphas and betas and stuff seem like they're into it. There's some pretty positive sentiment.
I might
out
be
there,
wrong.
So I'm excited to see what general audiences think of this one because I just love a good old-fashioned third-person shooter. Either way,
Yeah,
this is releasing
yeah.
October 30th. Now down at number 3, Vampire the Masquerade
Number 3, top 3.
Bloodlines 2. I am so excited that this game is
Vampire,
finally
the
releasing. It feels like
Masquerade
it's been through
Bloodlines 2,
development hell,
PC and
delayed for
PS5.
many years, changing development studio.
This is
but
Vampire game.
What we finally have here is a sequel
Interesting.
to what I consider a classic PC RPG franchise. There was nothing else quite like that original
Interesting.
game. Now this new
So
one
you're the
definitely
vampire.
looks different. It still seems like it's simulating you playing a vampire, but it feels a little less RPG-ish. Still, the vampire abilities look great, and you're going to be
Only
able
at
to
night,
choose
obvious.
different vampire factions, and thankfully, the developers were going to initially have some of them as DLC, but thankfully, those are now all going to be in the main game. I'm curious to see how
Right.
this goes. The way I look at it
That's
is
a
if
good
it
news.
doesn't live up to
Ooh,
like
it's
the
beautiful.
legend of the original Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, if it can at least be a solid, decent vampire game, that's a win for me, because I don't think there are enough vampire games.
It is, yeah.
Vampires and pirates,
It
I
is.
think it's like the two most underserved things in the world of video games, which is even crazy saying that out loud, but they don't have enough games. Either way, Vampire the
They don't.
Masquerade Bloodlines
They
2
don't.
is releasing October 21st, just in time for Halloween. Now down at number 2, Ghost of Yote. This
Number
is
2,
Sucker Punch and
Ghost of Yote.
PlayStation's follow-up to
PS5
Ghost of Tsushima.
only.
Different time period, new main character, and a different portion of Japan.
Ooh.
Despite that, what we've seen
Why
so
though?
far, it looks
Why
pretty
PS5
familiar.
only?
It looks like more Ghost of Tsushima, but I don't think that's a bad thing, because that original game...
I'm sorry to pause. By the way, I prefer gaming PC than console. Comment down your favorite. I don't like console.
was just so damn good. Can the story of this new
But I would
character
love
live
to
up
have the
story
PS5.
of Jin Sakai's?
Obviously.
I don't know, but I'm willing to see them give it a shot. What's really interesting with this one is just how the game progresses. It's way less linear. There's more activities in the open world, but you're completely
beautiful.
free to
The
tackle
world
these
is beautiful.
targets and progress the story in
Interesting.
any way you see fit. Along
We
with
might
a bunch of new
get the
weapon
chance to
types,
play it
which
here.
is really interesting because the original
it's
Ghost
only
was really
PS5.
centered around the katana. Now you have a lot more weapons at your disposal, and just knowing how they nailed the
If you
combat
guys help
feel
me
of the last
by
game, I'm
subscribing,
looking forward to
I
seeing
might
how
be
they
able to
implement that stuff here.
buy a
Look,
PS5
Tsushima
and
was
play
so
this
good.
game.
Can a sequel live up to that? I don't know for sure, but players will be able to judge for themselves when it releases October 2nd. And now finally down at
October
number 1,
2nd.
Battlefield
Number
6.
1.
Finally making its return after quite a few years of
Battlefield 6.
stumbles. Battlefield 6 is going hard. It feels like they're just putting out all the stops with this one. EA is spending a ton of money on crazy marketing, insane visuals, tons of content, and modes. Is it enough? Well, it depends on who you ask, right? I mean, is it going to try and take down Fortnite and Call of Duty, or just provide
Battlefield 6.
another good quality Battlefield game? If you're looking for just good old Battlefield, kind of
Battlefield
return to
2,
form,
I remember
Battlefield 3
playing
and
it.
4, they've been very upfront.
With friends,
That's what they're
it
going
was
for.
crazy.
The destruction is back, the classes are back, the simplicity is back, and it seems like they're pretty confident in what they got. You guys probably, many of you jumped into the free open beta. Generally, it seems like people have really enjoyed their time with that.
I'm sorry about the
hoping
sound.
that they can really nail it with the
I'm gonna
full
fix it.
launch in terms of quality of game,
Fix
not
it.
being a buggy, glitchy mess. But also,
Obviously,
there's
this
gonna
is
be a
number
lot of
1.
content in this one,
That's Battlefield.
community stuff, and more stuff in the pipeline. So I'm excited to see how long Battlefield 6 lasts, like if it's going to have legs. But look, whether we're playing it for a year or if people end up playing it for 5 years straight, either way, it's exciting to just see a new quality Battlefield game releasing. And you don't have to
This
wait too
looks
long, 'cause
diabolical.
it's dropping October 10th. Those are 10 games to look forward to in October, but believe it or not, there's more than 10. We got
Right,
some
they-
bonus games, including
they seem
Dispatch,
interesting,
a kind
most
of
of
fun,
them.
almost Telltale Games
especially
style game, centered around
some of them.
superheroes,
The
but not
retro
quite
game
in the
one,
way you would think.
Battlefield 6,
Pokemon Legends
the
ZA.
sci-fi game,
This is the first
the
Pokemon
vampire
game
game.
really taking
They
advantage
look
in the Nintendo Switch 2,
interesting.
hopefully,
So
the
we're
graphics
gonna
look
see. We're
completely
gonna
like
try.
poop.
What do you think, guys? Especially, my question is like Battlefield and Call of Duty. Which one are you choosing? You got it. You gotta write down. Comment. Right. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like this kind of videos, obviously, from now on, I'm gonna be including my face, including me, obviously. So comment down below if you like this kind of videos. I'm gonna continue making the mission videos on GTA and other games too. So till then, don't forget to subscribe and peace out.